All right, welcome back, everybody. I am working on the 61 Bel Air. Decided to buy a whole new carburetor rather than rebuilding this guy, cleaning it all out. So I got a brand new one in the box right here. Today we're going to work on removing it. I'm going to take the two fuel lines off of it, the linkage, take the linkage off, and then it should just be two bolts. One right here, one right there. Actually three fuel lines. Got one right here, one right here, and then one down underneath here. So I'll remove those three, pop the linkage off, and go from there. This job, you only need a 1/2-inch box wrench, 7/16 box wrench, and a 9/16 box wrench. So starting first, I'm going to remove the fuel lines. So this one coming up into the side here, into the diaphragm, is a 1/2-inch. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this guy first. Quick tighten, then loosen. The other one. The main feed right here. Okay. And then a little guy on the bottom, 7/16. Let's see if I can crack this loose. Yep. Surprisingly, they were all very loose. Okay. Now that's all off, I'm going to see if I can remove the linkage. Okay. Linkage is removed. Throttle linkage out of the way. Now let's get these two 9/16 bolts off. There goes my throttle linkage. Gonna have to find that with a magnet. Okay. Two carburetor studs are off. Run out of the way. Carburetor is off. Feels pretty heavy, so God only knows what's in this thing. Alright, I found the clip on the ground. What I'm doing now is I'm going to clean that surface area of the intake manifold. I removed the old gasket, pop that off. I'm going to clean the old area. The new one came with a new gasket. So let's go ahead and continue. Get that some carb cleaner. Surface off. Okay. Go ahead and get the new one. I'm just going to compare the new one. New one's here. I'm going to just compare the new one to the old one. Okay, a couple of the obvious things I noticed so far where this one here has a cap on this side and another drain on this side. Normal location for the other line here, and then the main one in here. But on the old one, sorry for the way the camera's moving. So on the old one, has no front and no bottom, and then no vacuum hose here. This one has a vacuum hose. So Just might have to cap that vacuum off for now. Let's go ahead and install it. I'm going to compare the linkage also. I think the linkage is the same bracket. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, same bracket on the linkage. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and put the new gasket on, mount this thing up, and then see what we can do about attaching all the lines to it. Let's see if this guy fits in here. It does. That was easy. Main feed line bolts right in. That's a good sign. Okay. Let's see if the drain bolts in just as easy. It does not because it's missing the adapter. All right. So I got to pull this little coupler off right here. This guy. All right, we got the 7/16. Okay. Return fuel line. Get that 7/16 wrench on there. Wherever I put you. Now I'm going to remove this cap right here and put it on the bottom, only because this little drain, I mean, I could attach it and run it underneath straight down so it looks cleaner. But factory set was there, so I'm going to go there. Nice. That's weird. Not even a 9. Everything else is standard, and that one thing's gonna be a 13 mil. All right. Now, put the linkage clip back in. Alright, got the pig tool and a screwdriver. Flathead to see if I can get this throttle linkage clip to snap into place. It's being a bitch, but let's see. Come on. Alright, that's in place. Now let's grab some vacuum caps out of the garage. Let's see if we can get one on here. This little one. Let's see. Yep. Alright. Next thing to do is get some fuel into this thing. See if we can get some fuel in her. See how she's feeling. I might put a little bit of starter fluid in there to get it started. Oh, I gotta put some fuel on too. Give me a second. Still running off an external gas line right now. Hoping to get it to hook up to the gas tank today also. We'll see if I have time. Alright, starter fluid's in. Everything's hooked up. Let's see what she does. Trying. I hope I don't have to get a new starter because every time I mess around with it, she seems to want to click and I'll start. Well, the carburetor is installed and you saw she was spewing a little bit. I'm gonna see what's going on. I think I see some leak in here. That could be part of the problem. Yep. Leaking out the top of the fuel line. I'm going to tighten up those fuel lines real quick. I don't know why it would be leaking out of there because that was tightened down. Should not be leaking like that. Let me throw this thing back on the charger. Well, I finished putting it all back together. Not sure what's going on, if it's adjusting this carburetor. It's a brand new carburetor. I was hoping that it didn't need any adjustment. I put the air cleaner back on for now because I'm kind of spinning. Well, I was really hoping for something. I'm not getting nothing, unfortunately. She doesn't want to live. Why don't you want to live? Live, damn you. Live. Come on, live. Well, all that cranking over, I'm hoping that at least got some fucking fuel in the carburetor. Fuck. I hooked up the fuel line again, so I'm hoping. Not sure I see any fuel coming out of there yet. I hooked up the factory fuel line again, hoping, praying that this thing was going to run and then be able to move her today. New carburetor and all. She don't want to fucking move. She don't want to fucking start. I am getting fuel. It's getting fuel. Starter's giving me shit. Come on. You don't want to start. New carburetor. I don't know if that made any difference whatsoever. The other one was pretty nasty and heavy, so it's probably full of gunk. She won't start, guys. I'm trying to get it to start. I hooked up the factory fuel connection to the new fuel pump I put in a couple weeks ago. That's there. All new distributor, cap, rotor, wires, coil pack, spark plugs. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. Hit me up in my comments for any suggestions. I know it's getting spark. I know it's getting fuel. I know it's wired properly with a wiring diagram and the firing order. That's all done and checked. I don't know what else to do at this point. Kind of at a standstill right now. Stay tuned.